Okay, so I went on a date with a fan once.
Oh boy.
Yeah. He came into Vegas and he stayed at
Before you get to the actual date, how did this date come about?
he went to a bunch of conventions that I was at for like 2 years straight, and he would literally wait the line, pay to take pictures with me, wait the line, pay to take pictures because I take my time with each fan. I spend, 2 to 3 minutes with each one, talking to them, getting to know them. And he knew that if he had waited the line, I would spend that time with him. So we got to know each other a little bit over this time. Eventually, when I didn't have anybody there, he's like, "Can I just pay you like $100 to just stand next to you and talk to you for a little bit?" I was like, "Sure. Okay." And so we sat there talking for a while, and then I would see him at the next convention. He'd do the same thing. And then I'd see him at the next convention and he would do the same thing, and over and over and over again for about 2 years. Mind you, I was in a relationship at the time, so I was not trying to hear anything about that. Um, after after a while of being single, he was subscribed on my OF. He paid for a Skype session. I Skyped with him and was like, "Oh, it's you. Hey, how you doing?" And Mr. Blue Eyes. And we started talking. And I was like, "You know what? You're really cool. Da da da. Well, we can keep in touch. I'll give you my text now number, and that way you can just keep in touch with me whenever you want. And if you want customs or anything like that, you can just code directly to the source instead of the OnlyFans, because it's a whole process to get to me there." Um, After a while, we just started talking, and he was like, "Hey, I'm coming into town to Vegas to look at properties, and I'd really like to be able to just take you out for dinner." And I mean, it had been about 2 years of talking on and off, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just go with you to have a meal. It'll be, I've never dated a fan. It'll be something interesting. At least it'll be something I can talk about. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, sure, cool." So we went to dinner. He took me to this beautiful French bistro that was so good. The food was amazing. Um, and we had a great conversation, but there were things that I just, oof. So the hard thing about dating someone who's a fan is they put you on a pedestal.
You don't say.
Which I thought would be nice after being treated poorly in the last relationship that I had. So, which it was nice, but then there were moments where we would be talking and getting to know each other. And do you want me to say it, or?
Yeah, go for it.
And he'd ask me a question, and I can tell that it was a question that I had on a podcast or something, and he was expecting a certain answer. And so when I ask him the question again, ask him the same question, he would respond with what he thought I wanted to hear. And
that's just disingenuous. That's fucked.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, I don't like that. And then also don't put me on a pedestal, because I'm a human who makes mistakes, and if I can do no wrong in your eyes, I'm only going to disappoint you.
Yeah, and that has no long-term.
Right. There's no longevity in that.
Absolutely not. Did you feel that there was a weird power dynamic too?
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that. That's the first time someone has ever mentioned that. Yeah. I felt like there was a weird power dynamic. I felt like it was something strange. So the next day that he was there, we did a pool day, and I brought one of my good girlfriends over to like take a gander at what was going on and see if she could help me put her finger on it. She's like, "He puts you on a pedestal," which is fine because you deserve to be on one, but he puts you on a pedestal as Carmela Clutch and not as Cece. And there's a problem with that. Like, you need to feel like yourself, not like you're playing a character. And he very sweet guy, very, very sweet guy. Just wasn't ready for someone like me. I have a lot of personality.
You don't say.
I talk a lot. I have a lot of personality, and he couldn't keep up, and he was still almost like starstruck around me, and it made it very awkward. So I was like, I really like you. You're a nice person, and I'll go hang out with you anytime. But it's just not gonna, romantically, it's not gonna work out. The sex was okay. It was.
Oh, you still banged him?
I banged him. Yeah, I banged him.
How many times?
Twice.
Twice in the same go around, or?
Yeah. In the same go around. He didn't get any the second day. But yeah, no, he's just we're still friends. We still keep in touch and stuff. Hey, what's up? I know you're watching.
Is he one of those people that's in the friend zone?
He's in the friend zone. Yeah, he's in the friend zone, but I fuck my friends, so it's fine. But you know, it just
Yeah, but I feel like he's probably in the negative connotation friend zone where he.
I'd still fuck him. He's gorgeous to look at, but I just as a relationship goes, I don't think I'm ready for someone who puts me it's
You should never be ready for someone who puts you on a fucking pedestal like that.
I don't want that's not the kind of pedestal I want to be on.
Well,
Yes, I want to be respected and cared for and treated well,
you deserve all that, yes.
but I don't want to be, this shining beacon to the I don't like that. I don't want that.
No.
I need someone who can like, hey, you fucked up, or hey, this is a boundary and respect my boundaries. I don't want someone that'll let me walk all over them.